Well, we'd like to talk about Reliance Retail now. With a vision to generate inclusive growth and prosperity for farmers, vendor partners, small shopkeepers and consumers, Reliance Retail Limited, that's RRL, a subsidiary of RIL, was set up to lead Reliance Group's foray into organized retail. Since its inception in 2006, Reliance Retail Limited has grown into an organization that caters to millions of customers, thousands of farmers and vendors, and based on its core growth strategy of backward integration, RRL has made rapid progress towards building an entire value chain starting from the farmers to the end consumers. So sir, we'd like to understand, how has Reliance Retail been for you till now, and is it different from the earlier stint, and how?
I think in retail in India, consolidation of retail and organized sector players is coming in at a very interesting time. It's a time when farming practices are changing, right. New technology, new thinking is going into farming, new capital formation is happening in farming. Customers are doubling their incomes every 6 or 7 years. Absolutely. We are a strong growth story. Organized sector employment, which is traditionally very low. Retail offers a way for large number of associates to participate and work in an organized sector closer to their homes. So these various parts of society that retail touches, you're bringing today's methods, fair practices, both to our farmer partners, to the customers, that whether the woman herself is shopping or whether anyone else from the family is shopping or even a little kid coming and shopping, right. The prices remain the same. Absolutely. It is the whole modernity that we offer to all the constituencies of retail that brings the power. Absolutely. And one more aspect, that we also encourage small brands, new brand. India is under-branded country. New brands come in, they get a platform on our shelves and they find scale with which to work. The scope of impacting various constituencies is so strong, and at the scale of Reliance Retail, I think that's the kick. And customers and these constituencies that I mentioned shape modern retail, and in turn modern retail impacts Absolutely. Them. So it's a positive symbiotic relationship with which we work.
Fantastic, sir.
I think the customer is ready, far more ready than all of us at Reliance Retail or even in the entire organized retail sector. All of us supermarket walas are ready is what I believe. So we have to sensibly expand. We have to make sure that we get our systems right, we get our organization building right. And currently, as we speak, we are adding one Reliance Fresh store every week to our presence, but I think the market can take a lot more. It's about how we are ready and how we can do it sensibly.
Absolutely. And speaking of the market, sir, we'd like to know how regionally penetrated are all these stores, and what are the emerging trends you see in consumer behavior in different cities, from the metro to Tier 2, Tier 3 cities?
So it's an obvious situation that large markets and metros is where more number of supermarkets are feasible. But even in the next tier of cities, we find people increasingly accepting supermarkets as a symbol of modernity. All right. If a mall opens or if a supermarket opens, it means my town right. is recognized as a happening urban town of today. Absolutely. Is how the markets react to it. So I think that's the way the customer side, as I said, is all ready. It's for us to go to these markets.
Absolutely, sir. So, sir, with the economic air changing in India, how do you think this would affect the company?
I think all of us who are building businesses in India are very fortunate that in terms of consumption growth, economy growth, and in terms of the confidence of the customer looking forward, we're probably in one of the world's best places to be operating in. Therefore, I'm very bullish on not just economic growth, but even consumption growth of the aspiring Indian customer. So I think the momentum will only get stronger as we go along.
Oh, fantastic, sir. And Reliance Retail has many premium brands on board right now. So how is this category fared?
So, supermarkets are places where which drive premiumization and upgrade of customer journeys. What happens is when you are in self-service environment, as a customer, your guard goes down. Absolutely. You are far more in a mindset to try new things. You are a celebration of choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of the kind that you can never see in a compact kirana store where there is a man standing between you and your choice. So it's a celebration of choice, and therefore the customer is far more open to trying out new things. When that happens, new products get tried, premium brands do well, and what we also do, the various discounts and schemes that we run,
True.
we also make premium brands and new products, more interesting product, more accessible to people. We create an atmosphere by which people believe even they can enjoy the best brands in the market in that category.
Fantastic. So, sir, we were talking about consumers, people as consumers. Now we'd like to know about people in the company. What's the culture like in the company?
See, we are not a very large, organized sector, service-driven economy. So most of the associates who work with us are first-generation retail workers, are first-generation service sector workers. So building a culture that is customer-centric, building a culture that says whatever happens, the customer is right, even if she's buying goods worth only 100 rupees from our store, is a task. And I think it's a fortunate thing for us that in retail the gender ratios are naturally balanced.
Right.
My customer in grocery is a woman, and roughly the half of the people, my associates who are serving the customers, are also women. So giving it a culture signature, giving it a customer-centered and yet confident associate with which to serve this customer is a journey that leaders like us have to go through. Retail stores are embedded in communities,
Right.
yeah, and most of our recruitment is also from the catchment. Yeah, we service the community, we live in the community, we would like to be a good citizen of the community that we service, and we recruit also from the neighborhood and things like that. So what do I offer? As a supermarket, I offer organized sector jobs, organized sector working environment, practices that are fair and transparent to young men and women who live in the catchment. So I think that way the proposition is quite strong, and we do train our people. The people who work with us part-time and full-time, depending upon their own ambitions and their own stage of life decisions.
Right. Yeah.
See, in an economy where we are growing at 6-7% every year, the size of the pie doubles in 6 to 7 years. When the size of the pie is doubling in 6 to 7 years, there is no share loss to anybody. Right. So I always say in India, there are no net losers.
Right.
There are only opportunity losers. Those who work hard, those who connect with the customer better, get a better share of the pie. But it's not from somebody else's share that I'm taking. It's from the expanding pie that I grab.
True, fantastic. Sir, now we were just talking about communities and how you sort of leverage on it, but we would like to know, how do you handle the cultural diversities from the operational perspective, considering there's so many different communities?
Yeah, I think that's also an opportunity. The fact that tastes in India differ, the fact that the rice consumed by the Kannadigas is different from the rice liked by the Punjabis, I think is an opportunity. And we make sure that the top 3 communities, every store services is mapped, and the key preferences of that community are serviced. And I think it's a competitive edge that we have. The more we understand the food preferences of our ethnic communities, the better off we are going to connect with our customers.
All right, sir. And now, with the perspective of Reliance Retail, we'd like to understand what are the key growth drivers for Reliance Retail, sir?
Well, keeping ourselves just a couple of steps ahead of the customer. guarantees us growth.
Oh, right.
Because it's an aspiring customer. With every passing year, they expect more from us. So I don't think growth is a challenge. I think building organization, building large teams, managing the supply side network is a task that we work hard on. But growth is not a challenge.
All right, fantastic, sir.